Hi there, I'm Nicole Wolfe from Canadian Beats, and today I am with Kyle and AJ from the Soul Pursuit.
Hello.
And we are here in Barrie for ROCK-A-PALOOZA 2. And I have the opportunity to ask them a couple questions before they hit the stage tonight for, I'm sure, what will be a very entertaining evening. So thank you and welcome.
Thanks for talking to us.
No problem. Now, in a previous interview with Canadian Beats, you guys talked about changing up your set list a bit, dropping some of the mid-tempo ballads and some of the softer songs. Is that still going to be the case for the tour tonight?
For tonight, it's very much going to be focused on some of the louder, aggressive stuff, just by virtue of the bands we're playing with and the time allotted. But we've now introduced all of the ballads from the record, and so we've been playing them.
Yeah.
So we've kind of come full circle on that, but
Great.
Not tonight.
Yeah, I guess with being ROCK-A-PALOOZA tonight really should be about rock.
It's not ballad palooza or whatever.
Well,
Great.
It would be the most punk rock thing to be all ballad.
Yeah.
You'd really stand out tonight, that's for sure. Wonderful. Now, what's your favorite venue that you've played at? Or do you have a favorite show that comes in mind, maybe on tour this year or in general?
What comes to mind most recently is we played in Ottawa at Avant-Garde Bar. It was just a really good show. We had a really good time. It's run by this Russian guy, so the decor and artwork is all kind of Russian Soviet era, so it's kind of interesting. We got a kick out of that. That was a fun show.
Yeah, the design of the place is really cool. And then
It's kind of just a dive. Sorry, Avant-Garde Bar, but it was nice. It was nice.
And then my favorite was Sydney. We played at this place called the Governor's Pub. It was like just upstairs of a really nice seafood restaurant, but it was kind of an unconventional. It wasn't a stage show, but just the crowd was great and the bands were really fun. I had a great time.
East Coast was really nice to you then?
Yeah.
Great people.
Very friendly.
We had a lot of fun.
That's
beautiful too.
Yeah.
My first time seeing that part of the country.
Yeah. So first tour for Soul Pursuit out that way then?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And hopefully not the last, I'm sure.
Hopefully not.
Great.
They were very warm.
Great.
Except. No, I won't say. Just kidding.
What's the most unusual thing a fan has ever said to you or done at a show
Again,
that you can mention on camera?
Well, I don't know how unusual it is. I get the feeling that it's maybe something that's happened to a lot of guys that play in bands or whatever. But again, on the tour recently, we had this really drunk dude. Well, two drunk people. First, there was a drunk girl who just kind of ate shit and fell right into AJ's pedal board like 2 songs in. Had to be rescued by like her boyfriend.
Yep.
And then that same show, there was a guy that was just devil horning, like very up close and personal, direct.
Yeah.
But
Our bass player.
so cool because it was like we were playing, and if like he liked the kick drum, walk over to him and be like,
Yeah.
added like
Literally at the pedal, exactly. Yeah,
Are you
like
seeing
the kick
this?
pedal.
Are you hearing this? And so that was great.
Quite the super fan.
Yeah.
Super drunk. Super drunk.
Well, something super, that's for sure.
Exactly,
That's for sure. Now, you guys have been on tour, for about a month now?
This is like the last state of the first leg, I would say. We went out east and we've done some Ontario stuff, yeah.
Now, who's the most high maintenance in your band in terms of touring?
Whew. AJ, you can field
me.
that one. Oh, no, you?
Oh, me?
Yeah, he requires many blankets
Yes.
when we're sleeping. Crinkle, Uncle Crinkle. We all kind of have taken on aliases.
I'm the kind of guy that would rather like turn up the air conditioner to like as high as it can go and be cold and use blankets.
But when we were loading out for the tour, like to leave, we were laughing because like we had an instructional step-by-step email from our drummer Adam on exactly what to bring and in what bag, and everything was itemized, and so
Yeah, by virtue of the equipment and how many little parts and pieces have to all like run perfectly and be in good shape and make it into the van, drumming stuff.
Would it be fair to say that without him in your presence, that he's the most high maintenance then?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Covers or gear. That's the pick. So you take AJ.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Are you periscoping, Dylan? I guess.
All right, so we've got Dylan in the band off camera here, who's actually periscoping as we speak. Oh, I just got the announcement that we're periscoping. So great, check us out, and definitely look forward to this on the Canadian Beats website. Now, I noticed recently on your Facebook page that the two of you were doing an acoustic breakdown of All Aside.
Right.
Sitting on a set of stairs somewhere in a house. Do you think that's something you'll do for some of your other songs on the album, or is that just a spur-of-the-moment thing?
Oh yeah.
We know there'll be at least one more from that same kind of session that we did. We did All Aside, and we did another song from the record 10. So I think that's coming out in a few weeks, or like October? Is it September? I should know, but I don't.
It's still September.
Right.
In addition, we record a lot of what we do electrically, acoustically, just to have around. Like we have one for the first song on the album, Outside New Canaan. We have a acoustic version that we've put out. It's ready to go. We have sort of a video for it. So
great.
Yeah, there'll be definitely a lot of acoustic stuff coming up.
Awesome. Now, what are your plans after you finish the Western Canada leg of your tour?
Honestly, what we've been talking about, aside from planning a U.S. tour, that's definitely something that we want to do in the new year, is starting work on our second record. I think I've talked about this a little before, but we certainly have the material kind of written, and it's so shitty in the winter in Toronto.
Yeah, winter sucks.
Yeah, and touring the places we're touring now would be much more difficult in the winter. So
Absolutely.
It's kind of like the best time to do stuff. Don't think it's anything we would release anytime soon or promote. We'd still be working Infinite Regrets probably well into next year, but I want to get in there.
That's kind of the way it goes, though. It's like we just put out the album this month, but it was almost done by Christmas last year.
Yeah,
and then there's mixing and all this, and then artwork, and there's this big rollout process that happens. So it's never too soon to start thinking about the next one.
No, and hopefully we don't have to wait 3 years for your next one. But I'm
no.
sure that won't be the
That's
case.
just it. That's why there's a backlog, and we want to kind of clear the canon.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, it seems like you guys have it dialed in now to keep it going. So that's great. Now at Canadian Beats, we're all about featuring Canadian artists. So I'm curious, is there anyone Canadian artist, producer, band that you would consider working with in the future?
Yeah, I know you have a long list, so you can field this one, AJ.
Long list?
He knows a lot of. He knows many people, so.
Oh yeah, well, there's a lot.
Not personally.
Production-wise, it's a weird one because it's like we're working with. And I don't want to mention anybody that we might actually work with. So
that's okay.
Production-wise, it's kind of up in the air. There's a lot of great records out right now. I mean, obviously, we're both huge Arcade Fire fans, although they're kind of half American. Lately,
the thing we've been talking about doing is actually doing it ourselves. Perhaps like the next one. Mike Langford did the LP Infinite Regrets that we're promoting now. He did our previous EP too. The first EP was done by someone else. I really would like to keep each thing, or kind of like each phase, sounding kind of unique sonically. So one of the quickest ways to do that is to find, a different studio to do it in, a different producer. But at the same time, I keep saying we might end up doing it with Mike Langford again, because with the new band, the new lineup, I really think we might not have to worry about that too much, because it'll sound different just by virtue of it being different people.
Right, absolutely. So here we are periscoping. Hello again. And, we've been watching you periscope. You started out periscoping in your hotel room at the beginning of the Easter.
Saw that, eh?
I absolutely saw that. Definitely.
Yeah, he was on that too.
Yeah, we saw that.
Breaking the fourth wall, kind of.
No, that was great. But my question is, where do you see the place of social media now in the Canadian music industry?
Oh, wow. Seems like it's very important, I guess, right?
I think in the initial music industry response to it has been like a platform to like sell things, and it does not work.
No.
So I think what it really needs to be about is about making connections with people, and then as your business plan should be, just let that happen separately. I think people are really interested in connecting with artists and experiencing the music kind of like closer than they have before.
Absolutely.
Seeing it as it happens, but at the same time, a lot of the larger, promotional strategies generally involve like trying to sell something right off the bat, and people get turned off of that. So I think it has to be very organic between the artist and the fan, and not a lot else between it.
Yeah, I find it just on a day-to-day basis. It's a strategy, versus like practicality. I really like the kind of thing that we did in the hotel room. It's spontaneous. That's the thing I prefer always with social media, be spontaneous, but the way the music industry is now, it's kind of like you do have to be on it strategically all the time. So that's my problem with social media, is like I would like to keep the spontaneity.
Right.
Right,
absolutely. Now, what's the last concert you guys attended as fans? Have you done that recently?
Oh. Have we? Man.
Recently, it's
Oh yeah,
and Marilyn Manson, right? Yeah, you were at that show.
That was a great show. A good time to see like two very, like, when I was a teenager, they're huge news.
Absolutely.
So it's weird to see them again in like Molson Park, and they're playing like doing like a hit set, but it's kind of nice to like that's like 20 years later, and they're still able to pack an amphitheater. So
yeah, I can't remember
I just
Has it been
It's
recent?
been so. Yeah, that was recent for you. For me, it's been
We missed Riot Fest this year. And
I'm gonna
really
pull the-
like to see. There's so many bands I wanted to see, like Coheed and Cambria, Andrew WK,
right.
Yeah.
the Alexis on Fire reunion. Mostly when I see a band, it's bands we're playing with on shows.
Of course.
It's
So,
true.
There's like the Convoys, Crossley Hunter, Farewell Cool Reason. They're all like bands that like are on our level. But it's great because like my car's full of CDs that I've like traded with them, and that's it's way more exciting because I've never heard of any of it before.
Absolutely.
This car is full of Nirvana and Michael Jackson
Nirvana,
CDs. It's yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what do you like to do when you're not touring, you're not making music, you're not in the studio? What do you guys like to do for fun?
I have 2 small children. I'm gonna pull that out. It's like I'm
They're
always
fun.
torn with mentioning it, but yeah. So, in terms of free time, it's pretty much taken up with family life.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this guy loves blow, loves cocaine, does tons of it. God, I'm just
drug
kidding.
Great.
No,
Actually, you know what? When talking about like what to do aside from the music stuff, it's tough because I basically always have a guitar around, and I'm always
it is always music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should say, actually, the thing that we did in every city, we love going to record stores, just crate digging.
Yeah. And finding
That's
pinball
great.
machines.
Yeah.
That's actually a new thing I want to find, pinball machines.
Pinball machines, yeah.
That's great.
Newly discovered passion.
It's true. They're a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Now, is there anyone in your group that has a hidden or random talent? Something they can contort their body, they can do something that they probably wouldn't do on stage, maybe something you cannot say on
Our
camera.
drummer has one of the best Christopher Walken impressions
Really?
That's
I've ever
true.
heard. And it's
Yeah.
like I can't even nail the subtleties of it.
Yeah.
But he'll go into that character basically for about an hour out of a 3-hour drive,
Okay.
and it's great because it like kind of the levity it brings to everything.
Well, I think we need to see that on Periscope sometime soon.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna catch him
Hopefully he can be coaxed into doing it, yeah.
in the camera.
We just won't tell them it's happening.
Exactly. Do
Like,
walking,
just on
Adam.
your phone.
Do
That's a
walking,
good
yeah.
way. That's a good way. Now, in a previous interview, I'm going to quote you. You were asked to describe yourselves in 20 words or less. Do you know where I'm going with this? You said, we play aggressive indie rock with dual guitar attack equipped with more hooks than Bob Azumi's tackle box. Is this still an accurate portrayal?
Such verbosity. I love it.
Well, yeah, I mean, who is there a new premier fisherman in Canada? Is it still? He's still like the Gretzky of
Bob Azumi, I would assume, is probably still up there.
I've been
yeah.
out of that game a long time.
Yeah.
That went over my head when I read it, actually. I didn't.
That's not
my grandpa
Kyle's
used-
statement, I
I
suppose.
used
Yeah.
to watch movies that my grandparents would tape for me off cable, and it'd always be like taped over halfway with fishing. It's big fishing. You tape televised fishing, so it's a big part of my life.
Great.
But whatever reference you choose, yeah, that's a pretty special. That's a fairly accurate summation.
Love what a bunch of loud noise can do, but always trying to think in the greater terms of like, is this like sounding fun? It's fun to us to like hit it, but is it fun to hear it? So we're always trying to kind of come up with playful stuff.
Absolutely. So, Infinite Regress out now, available for download on iTunes, pardon me, and available probably on Amazon. Check you guys out on social media. You're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube. Am I missing anything? Merch
Tumblr.
booth.
We post periodically on our Tumblr. We'll write things. Yeah,
Right. And of course, Periscope.
that's right.
Great. Well, thank you very much, guys, for coming out. This again is Nicole Wolfe from Canadian Beats, and we look forward to seeing what Soul Pursuit has to offer in the future. Thanks
Thank you very much,
much.
Nicole.
Great. Thank you.
Sweet.
All right.